Hello and welcome to episode number 138, the holiday edition of Flat Earth and Other Hot Potatoes. It's the secret show, and Mark Sargent is here. And it's no secret that a lot of people think he's a fool.
Oh, I see what you did there. That's funny.
Hey, you know what? The camera isn't going to you when you speak. Something weird
Is it?
just happens. No, that's not good because he's wearing a fool's cap.
That's odd.
Like an elf's cap. Yeah, that is odd. So it's just going to be my face the whole time. You do a little bit of wrangling back and forth and see what you can come up with. And there's always something going on with the internet connection and stuff. Mark, talk and see if, go out.
You are hearing me talk.
No, there's no Mark Sargent face. Oh, this is tragic.
What, now my face? Oh, I mean, just it doesn't click over?
No, it's just me. Like, hey, everyone.
Hmm.
All right. You work on that a little bit, and I'm going to welcome Carly Sunshine. A bunch of different people are going to pop in and out of the show over the course of the show, if we ever get the internet connection thing worked out. And Carly, if you can enable your camera, and we can talk a little bit about the death of a friend to many in Flat Earth. You and I and many others have been talking about it on Facebook. This particular person was not a YouTube content provider. So for those who aren't Facebookers, you might not know him. His name was Guy May. And Guy was an artist. Guy was an animal lover, a vegan, a chef, a musician, a singer, an accomplished actor, a friend to many. His art was many different types of art. He did sculptures, he did oil painting, he did abstracts, he did floor tile mosaics that were incredibly beautiful. Carly, he also was suffering from Lyme disease, which can cause depression in many people.
Yes. And just to preface this, I don't see you, Patricia, when you talk, but I see Mark when he talks. But hopefully that will all
right,
I'm smooth itself out.
Yeah, no, you're not coming up. So
okay. Well, I do have my camera running, but yes, such a serious topic to start out with. It's sad, and I don't want people out there to think that we're focusing on something that's negative. However, I think it's important to pay our respects to him, because he was a part of the community and he has been for a very long time. And I think there's a bigger point, and we need to see the bigger picture as far as how we need to treat each other, and keep in touch with each other, respect each other, don't push each other's buttons. And I guess I can go into that a little bit as to what happened. But yeah, and there's probably people out there that know him better, that could probably talk about Guy and knew him closer than I did, but I've known him for over a year, and I feel like I can say some things out of respect. But unfortunately, he has passed, and he was struggling with Lyme's disease, which is very, very painful and can also cause, anxiety and depression. And on top of that, had been dealing with some, the depression and some mental struggles. But just like you said, Patricia, he was an absolute brilliant man, an artist. He did acting, and he was a part of the Flat Earth community for well over a year. In fact, he's one of the first people that I knew from when I started, and I'm working on 2 years coming up here within the next 2 months. And he had been a member in one of my groups for over a year. It's just a very sad situation, because, and I don't know how to exactly go into this, but because of a situation that happened between, unfortunately, other flat earthers and Guy, and people picking and bullying, I don't know as if that had anything to do with, how he passed. But I'd like to put my 2 cents out there and just let people out there know that, you need to really think about the words that you're saying to each other. Really think about how you treat each other. You really need to start respecting each other and understand that we're all living, breathing human beings with hearts that are pumping. We want to live and be happy. And all of that is pivotal in what us learning about flat Earth is all about. It's about each other, you know. It's not about just the shape of the Earth. And this gentleman chose to take himself out of this world because of abuse from other people and also because of some physical things that he was dealing with. And I just feel like it's such a shame because he was so brilliant and should have been very important to so many people. And he was forgotten or picked on and bullied and just not okay.
Yeah. He did lots of different types of art, as I was saying, and I was going to Skype chat with him about a piece like this. I hope you're able to see this abstract that he did in beautiful colors, and I'm showing my phone. I don't know if my camera's even showing everyone, but if not, but Guy May's Facebook is still there, and if you're a friend of Guy May's, you can look at the artwork. He's got 2 different albums full of his artwork that he's done in all just different various kinds, and it's worth it if you're a friend of his to just go look at who he was, and the different pictures of him in different theater troupes and with his friends and family. And this man had everything to live for. That's the thing. We don't really know what's going on inside someone's soul in the dark of nights, what they're thinking, what they're feeling. It could be just one slight against you on a day when you're suffering Lyme disease that could push you over the edge. It could be a phone call you never made or a message you never answered. All of us are guilty of this. I'm not saying, you know, if you forgot to accept his friend request that you're responsible for. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that we're all very busy, but the flat Earth is such a small, in the scheme of things, community, although it is growing, that we all matter to each other, although oftentimes we're treating each other as if we don't, but we do. So even if you don't think you know somebody who's suffering with feelings of depression and angst and ennui, who may be suicidal, even if they've not reached out to you and said they had suicidal thoughts, that doesn't mean that they don't. That doesn't mean that they're on the brink. Where something nice you could do or say to anybody, even somebody who's professed themselves to be your mortal enemy within flat Earth, is always the way to go. And all of us are guilty sometimes of not doing that.
Right. And it really, I mean, and what you said, and it shouldn't matter to any of us whether it's something small that you think is going to push someone over the edge or it's something huge. Irregardless, why aren't we respecting each other? You know, why aren't we? And I mean, I'm guilty of not paying attention to enough people when they might need me out there. And I'm vowing to get better at that. But no matter what, you know, why do we push the limits? You know, why is it that we've become this way as a society, that it's okay to be so disgusting to another person? Yeah. Whether that's our responsibility that someone chooses to take themselves out of this world or not. Why do we test the limits, and why do we do things like that? Why are we not treating others the way we want to be treated? Maybe it's because us as a society doesn't understand how we want to be treated. You know, nobody understands how we even want to be treated in this world. I just feel like this is a huge problem, and this situation has kind of pushed me now I need to realign myself and figure out what I want to do differently as a person, to keep in touch with people better, and to keep realizing that what's really important in this flat Earth community is the community. It's not just about the shape of the Earth. It's about all of us. We have the potential to be something great, and all we want to do is sit around and fight each other and create drama and get back at each other and pick on little things. You know, it's absolutely insane. And then on top of all of it, some people feel like they can't deal with it and maybe do something tragic like this. And then there are going to be people out there that it won't change them and they won't care. And I hate that this is so sincere way to start out the show, but
yeah, happy holidays. But the time when people oftentimes commit suicide. This is a serious issue, and it's happening
now. Yep. Now more than ever, it's a 2-part thing. There are people out there that are struggling because society makes us feel like we need to be a certain way during the holidays, and you should be with family, and you should be buying gifts, and you should be giving each other gifts. You should have all this money, blah, blah, blah. They make you feel that certain way, and then people very easily get depressed about it and feel lonely. And that may happen in general anyway. But then on top of that, I mean, this may sound silly, but just physically, on top of that, you're going into these winter months where you're not getting, and this is kind of flat earth related, the sun is not in our sky as long, and we are not creating vitamin D, which is linked to depression. So it's like a two-part system where people are made to feel a certain way because of society, and they become depressed because we're always just worried about, gifts and money and such. And then also because of maybe physical ailments, plus he was struggling with Lyme's disease, I'm sure it just became overwhelming, and it can be for other people too.
So I don't know Guy May's family, and I don't know if this will be seen by any of them, but the flat earth community, although sometimes seems like it's completely a mess, there are people in it who do care. And if you're facing something, just reach out to somebody. It doesn't matter who it is. We all have our little groups for some reason. Reach out to somebody in your little group if you've got a group.
Right.
I'm not just talking about a Facebook group. I mean, the cliques we've all been accused of being in. Reach out to somebody within your group, or if you don't think they'll understand someone else. We all should be able to understand each other in whatever group we happen to fall into.
Well, and also, and this might be the last thing I can kind of mention on it, but, and to be a positive thing, we should all be there for each other. And I don't think there's anything wrong with cliques. I mean, we're not talking about cliques like we're in high school, but if you have a group of friends that you connect with and you resonate with, don't let anyone tell you that you can't have that, but even though a lot of us hear about a lot of drama and a lot of crap, garbage going on in the community, there is way more good happening. And I tell people this all the time. If you are struggling and you're in a rut and you're feeling depressed and you're looking at this and you're only seeing the negative part of the flat earth community, you need to take a step back. You need to realign yourself with different people. And I've had to do that several times in the past 2 years. It's your choice. Make that choice. Realign yourself with people that are going to have your back, watch out for you, watch out for each other, and are going to motivate you and encourage you and be positive. Don't keep sticking around with the people that are going to be negative and bully, and don't do it back. Don't make it worse. Just change that. And there's so much positivity out there, and there's so many people out there that are going to be willing to want to be your friend and resonate with you. It's out there. I mean,
I wish Guy
find each other.
Here. I wish Guy were here now, and we could have the Skype conversation in which we arrange the size of the painting that I wanted and all those things that are never going to happen. And I'm just a small little person in Guy's life. He's got very close friends, or had very close friends and family. All of those people are probably right now over this holiday broken inside, because we're looking at Guy is gone and it affects the flat earth community, but his family, who we don't know, what are their hearts like? I mean, what can we do to prevent this? Well, is it our fault as flat earthers? Probably not, but each little time you forget to respond to somebody, or these little things that we do because we're so busy, it might be a person who needs you at that moment. So maybe we just need to step it up and try a little harder. That's it. All of us.
Yeah. Yep. Not the flat earth community's fault at all, but everyone is responsible for themselves and how they treat others.
Agreed. Thank you so much for coming on, Carly, and happy holidays to you. It's
happy holidays to you guys.
Show, but it's so very important, and I'm glad you were the first pop-in guest that I had, because I wanted to talk about this first, because it just
absolutely. Yeah, and I hope that everyone listening, it's hard to come up with things to say in the spur of the moment, and I hope everyone doesn't think that I'm being too intense, or
no,
it sounds mean. Maybe I've seen too much of this in all the groups and the channels and such. I don't want it to take away anything from Guy May's life because he was an amazing person. Every time I talked with him, he was positive, he was encouraging, he was a motivator, and
Loved
he
his
was,
dog.
was that person that was also that like eclectic mind and artistic, and plus on top of everything, plus he understood what's going on Earth. He understood the shape of the Earth and that we live on a plane existence. So it's just a real big shame. And my parting words would be to everyone to just, like everyone's heard before, you don't know what other people are going through. Be nice to everyone. Just be nice to everyone.
Everyone is Guy May.
Everyone.
Everyone's Guy May. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, Carly.
Agreed.
Thank you so much. And we shall
You're
talk
welcome.
as always later. Bye.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Well, Mark Sargent, let's hope that you actually, when you talk, pop on the video.
I don't think it'll be bad because when I was watching her, when she was talking, you guys were flipping back and forth. So I think the audience might be seeing me. You may not.
Good. So maybe what it is because I have low bandwidth in the apartment, which I'm almost ready to get out of. My house is mine now and just waiting for things to be delivered from overseas that were my possessions. So can't really sleep there yet. And things are still being set up. So by me every day, except for today. Yeah, it's a very exciting thing to happen to have a home of my very own that nobody can take away from me, or I will find roots and stability. So, and around the holidays, you want roots and stability. You want people around you that you love, even if you don't, even if you think of Christmas as or Hanukkah or any of these winter holidays as pagan, or if you want to go see a very interesting video, Eric Dubay put out a video today, which I encourage you to see, regardless of your religious beliefs. It's just interesting. It is called Santa Claus, the Magic Mushroom. So Eric has put out this video, and many have seen some of this information before, but he puts it together so well that the magic mushroom, the red capped with the white dots on it, that's underneath trees that look kind of like Christmas trees, the red and white color of the mushroom, sort of the true origin of this time of the year, and how the people who would go to pick the mushroom would be wearing red and white fur sort of outfits to go pick the mushroom, and their faces glowed red because that would be the symptom of having the magic mushroom experience. And he really put it together very interestingly. And this is not taking away from God, the creator, Jesus, or anything. What I'm just saying, it's something else that we should look at. And that's Eric Dubay's new video. Relatively new. It's his latest video as of the date of the recording of this show, December 21st, 2016, Santa Claus, the Magic Mushroom. So definitely want to give you a heads up about that if you've not already seen it. And 13,000 people already have. So it's, drop in the bucket for Eric Dubay since he gets so many views on his videos.
Yeah.
So holiday time of the year. Yeah, you want to be with friends and family, even if you're not putting up a tree, even if you find that to be pagan, even if that's not your thing, or it is that you are Catholic and you're going to church, or you are something else and you're going to your place of worship, or you don't do any of that at all. You just have a good time with your family at home and celebrate each other's company. This is the time of year when it's important. And David Weiss joins us now.
I am David. You see me, I'm making flat pizzas.
Yes.
Having a little flat earth party here. And I'm going to talk for a minute, so I don't want to interrupt the show too much. Say hello, everybody. All flat earthers, everybody. All flat
earthers. That's so cool.
Wow.
And we did start the show, and Mark was frozen on the screen, and they all looked and go, "Who is this clown?"
So David, the camera is flipping back and forth between us, although I'm unable to see that.
Okay, that's all right.
Yeah, I can see David just fine.
Okay, it's good. There
you go, Mark.
And I do want to say that, hey, Paige, I do want to say hello. I do want to say that you have put together a wonderful coffee table flat earth book, and you've got a video on the DITRH channel where you can find out about this book and how to order it.
I ordered probably 20 copies today for people that wanted them. So there's going to be a lot of flat earthers coming out of the Apple production facility soon
Yeah.
as they see these things come off the production
So
line.
go to the DITRH video. I will link it eventually in the description box of this video. I ordered my book today. It's one of those big glossy coffee table books, but it's big and easy to look at with lots of different memes that he's put his own words to that just show people on a very simple basis and an entertaining basis
All right.
about our reality. Enjoy the pizzas.
I gotta go. Gonna burn pizzas. I'll see you later.
Uh-oh, we don't want
Bye,
any
Mark.
burned anything around
All
here.
right.
Bye.
Happy Flatmas.
Happy
Yes.
Flatmas.
And to
I know,
all
it's
live
gonna-
for that night.
It's going to be like the Jerry Seinfeld Festivus before
Yes.
it's over.
For the rest
The
of us.
Festivus for the rest of us.
Exactly. Well, this is Flatmas. In fact,
Yeah.
last year we were joking about that, and people were going, "Oh, she got Flatoween. She's probably going to say." Yeah,
Exactly.
why not?
Well, this
Why
is
not Flatmas?
Yeah.
last year we were joking about that, and people were going, "Oh, she's
There's
got
echo.
she's probably going to say."
Ukdina,
Exactly.
can you put headphones on? I'm going to mute you.
Last year we
Ukdina
were
Walker's
joking
joining us.
about that, and people were going, "Oh, she's."
Ukdina, can you
got-
put headphones on? Sorry. I've muted her. She's going to grab her headphones. So she's in the middle of relaxing at home, taking care of animals, and well, we'll let her tell the rest of the story. When you've got headphones, she's dropped out. She'll come back.
Well, that's okay. While she's dropped out,
Yeah.
because David was talking about his coffee table book,
Yes.
my lovely girlfriend Melody also ordered some Flat Earth stuff for Christmas.
Nice.
One of which is a Flat Earth bumper sticker.
Ooh.
And this is from Zazzle, I believe, Zazzle. So dare to research Flat Earth. I think that's kind of cool.
Very.
And also Flat Earth stickers that you can put on things.
Ooh.
And that's also, I'll see if I can get the corner in. There's also, that's also from Zazzle. Also about the same size and the same color refrigerator magnets you can get. I mean, honestly, Flat Earth, there's almost no limit to the marketing stuff you could do for this thing. And of course, I'm going to do a shameless promotion. If you guys want a really cool gift, of course, go to Amazon.com, pick up a copy of Flat Earth Clues, and send it to your friends, or just leave it in a waiting room of your local physician and or wherever there are waiting rooms.
Exactly. The
So.
bus stop, dentist office.
There you
Hair
go.
salon.
Bus stops. Yeah, airports. Airports would be good. You know,
Airport bathroom. So
Yeah, yeah. Why not? It's an easy read, and my editor out in London would appreciate it a whole bunch.
yes. I think it's Boogles, right? Is that how you say
Boogles, Boglez, and the editor out there is Lisa Newton.
it? Yes.
You can email her directly and tell her what you think.
Let's see. Ukdina has joined us back again, and I hope she's got headphones because we want to have a nice little chat with her without the feedback. So let's see. Ukdina, can you read us? Oh, she's still getting set up there. Oh,
And now she's a bird again.
this is the show. She's an eagle woman. Okay, now she's muted. So if she gets unmuted, oh my God, there she is. But we can't hear you, Ukdina. Can't hear you.
What microphone is she using?
It always works for her.
Does it? You have her unmuted on your side?
Yes.
Hmm.
I'll mute her, and now I've muted her, so she has to unmute herself. Now, I guess if that works.
Maybe it's the
Second-
headphones. You know what it is? It's because she's using the headphones as both the send and receive. She has to go in the settings and change
gosh.
change the microphone back to her laptop mic.
Ukdina's like, nah, I don't really think so.
No, I could totally do this with you. So there's a little gear at the top of your screen of your Hangout screen. You click on the gear, and you'll get an option, and you can go to, hey, I like the hat, and go to options, audio options, and you'll see my input and output, or microphone and speakers, and you just want to change your microphone from your headset to your laptop or whatever else you're using, or your camera. Do you think you can pull that off? Nod if yes, shake if no. Yes, she thinks she can do it. Okay, Nathan, talk while she's trying this.
Hey, Nathan, I need your
Your
help
camera's
anyway.
back. Your cameras are now flipping around.
Are they at this very moment flipping? Because I've got the white box, it looks like around me.
Yeah, just take the white box off and it'll go back to audio driven. So if you just click whoever's got the white box on.
It won't come off.
Oh, the white box is stuck on you.
What do I do? What would you
do? Click on your face and it should remove the white box from around your face.
You mean like my face on the big screen?
No, so along the bottom, where you've got all of our faces, if your face is the one with the white box, just click on your box and it'll take the white box off it.
It worked.
There we go.
But I do hear echo, and that could be Ukdina.
That's me.
Oh, you always have. Ukdina, not working.
Ukdina, what's happening over there? She doesn't know.
We love you. And
here, wait. Don't give up yet. Don't give up yet. So if you go to settings, you'll see you want to use the first thing is your camera. The second thing is your microphone. Do you have an option there when you get into microphone for crap? How do I get out of this now? That's not good.
Alternatively, you could just yank the headphones out. As long as you haven't got the live feed running, you shouldn't get feedback. I think it was your live feed that was running.
Yeah, you're right. Pull the headphones out. Just go for it.
Okay.
Hey,
hello.
Tina. Hi.
You can hear me?
Yes, and it's
for
not
now.
echoing.
Huh. Hello, everyone. Happy solstice.
Thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
So how's it going for you over there at your house with the animals? And I don't know what else you want to reveal. It's kind of been talked about within the Flat Earth community. I don't know what you want to say.
Well, I'll say that my husband of 30 years had open heart surgery 2 weeks ago, and he, at the VA, Veterans Administration, I hate the Veterans Administration. They're a bunch of incompetent fools, and they sent him home too early, and I was caring for him for a week, and he decompensated, and he's back in the hospital now, bleeding internally and not doing well at all.
Oh my God. That's worse than I thought since last we spoke. I thought it was just
last
time.
I want to thank everybody, though. You, Patricia, you've been marvelous, you know, so helpful to me, and Nathan has been helpful to me, and you know, the people, and Rebecca, my friend Rebecca, the people in Flat Earth that I love and respect have shown their true colors, and their true colors are gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous.
So is there something that we can do? Many people believe that the power of our minds, and some call that prayer, can help. Shall we just set a time?
I ask for prayers. I ask for prayers. I'm very strong in prayer. I'm a prayer warrior, and so is my husband. And prayers and good thoughts, and you know, him and I both feel that this is just a ride, and we're not afraid of death. So you know, everything is all right. It's been very emotional, very hard, but I've been looking forward to the show tonight. I listened to Mark last night. My days are confused. I think it was last night. And that's when Mark said Melody had made him a hat. And I had to watch tonight because I wanted to see Mark's new hat. And just to say hello to everyone, let everyone know I'm still alive and well. I love you all. And I loved what Parley said, that it's so true. Life is so short, and we all have to be kind to one another. Enough of this ego bullshit of everybody fighting with everybody and going into different teams. Life is short, and if you don't think so, just wait. You'll see.
Well
and
said.
We need to be kind to one another. We really do.
All right. Well, then we will offer our prayers to your husband, whose name is Mark.
Yeah.
All of who
it's not Mark Sargent. Don't worry, Mark. I'm not gonna. Oh, sorry.
No, don't let that go. Truth is
out. I'm Mark Sargent. I'm his mother's age. But he likes older women. What can I say?
All right.
Well, I'm going to let you get on with the show. I just wanted to say hello to everyone and thank you all, and wish everyone a Merry Christmas, a happy holiday, and And, you know, keep praying for peace for each other, and let's all love each other.
Agreed. And I love your necklace, by the way.
Thank you. It's Cherokee made. Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Be strong, Dina. Our thoughts are with you.
Yes,
Thank you.
our thoughts are with you.
Thank you.
Dina.
Bye-bye.
Bye. And
do I hit the phone, or what do I hit?
Oh, red phone at the top.
And that won't shut down the whole hangout?
Let's hope not.
Okay.
Bye. It was lovely that she took the time to do that, because she's been dealing with her husband and his suffering, and hopefully recovery in and out of the hospital ever since his open heart surgery. So, wow, it sounds like we've talked about some depressing things, but they're not depressing. They're all aspects of life, and we're all going through different stages of our life. Well, join us now is Nathan. I'm going to leave you for a moment. We've got Allegedly Dave here. We're going to put Allegedly Dave on first. Hey, Dave, how's it going?
It's going really well. I apologize if there's lots of background noise. I've been sent outside, and so it's a bit windy, and it's a bit sort of there's a lot of animal noises out here. So I apologize in advance.
It's nice that you had the time to come on, and I know your internet connection can work or not work from time to time. I have to ask Nathan, are you able to see Allegedly Dave Murphy on the feed when he speaks, or were you able to? Just give me the thumbs up.
It seems to be flicking back and forth as far as I can tell.
I can see him. He's fine.
All right,
Yeah.
wonderful.
You're somewhere pretty exotic, aren't you, David?
Yes. Where are you, David?
I'm actually in St. Lucia, and it's nice and warm and a bit breezy. See, I'm in my t-shirt, so.
And it looks like you're growing a beard since last I saw you.
Well, yeah, it's part of my. Okay, it's part of my my latest research. I found out that I'm supposed to have a beard, so here it is.
Well, your latest research into men in general, or you specifically?
Me specifically, and shall we say people like me? Yes, I know this is going to be.
This sounds so fascinating.
I wasn't expecting to go into this bit.
Well, we need to do a whole show on it. This sounds like the kind of thing I'd be fascinated to hear about.
All right, yeah, probably, but it's going to be, again, it's what I was talking to you on our last interview. At the end of our last interview, I was saying that you know, I wasn't ready to put it out, and I'm working on the video now, so it's, you know, I am kind of ready to put it out because it's going to be shocking to a lot of people.
Wow, cool. Well, we'll look forward to that. Thank you very much, Dave, for coming on. I appreciate that you taking your time from your exotic paradise to say hello to us for the holidays. And you're just such a big, people look up to you and what you do, the things you say and what you've managed to accomplish within Flat Earth. And just thank you for everything that you do. You've managed to score big time TV. You've managed to, you know, Bedford level, lots of things with other people, of course, because we all work together as a team. But, you know, you're really one of those people at the forefront, and you just, you thank you from all of us.
Gosh. Well, I'm honoured and humbled because, you know, I'm just Dave from Basildon, you know, nothing special.
All right, Dave. We'll talk later, I hope. See you later. Thank you for coming on.
Okay. See you later.
Bye.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
I'm going to love and leave you too. Thank you very much for having me.
I just want to ask about your hat, though.
Oh, okay.
Please tell us. Are you an elf on the shelf?
I'm an elf for the day.
Okay.
No backstory to the hat, just a funny.
All right. Good to know. Good to know. All right, Nathan. Thank you for coming
season's
on.
greetings. Thank you for having me. See you soon.
Bye. Bye. And we've got Zoe, Be Here in Love, here wearing Santa hats. Ho, ho, ho. I guess you shouldn't say ho, ho, ho to a woman. Like, it's probably not the best thing to do.
I said it in chat. Ho, ho, ho.
Exactly. Well, from what you were able to see, were the cameras working on this hangout or not really? No?
Oh, they're not working. It's stuck on you.
Well, that's not good.
We're just,
right.
it shifts in the hangout, but not on it.
All right, I'm going to actually manually flip the camera. So so now it's stuck on you. So
Oh no.
well, are there any
hello,
thoughts?
everyone. Merry Christmas.
You take over and do the rest of the show. I'm going to go find a hat to wear. So much stuff going on in Flat Earth right now. Holidays coming up. You have family where you live. Do you have special plans of any sort?
Well, my twins, Silke and Sabine. Silke is in Mexico with her boyfriend, and Sabine, she lives in Berlin, so she's going to be having Christmas there. So it'll be Daisy, their little sister. She's 23, and their father will be coming up here, and we'll just have a nice and quiet Christmas evening. Just very chilled.
That sounds nice. That sounds cozy. Hopefully drama free.
Yeah, completely drama.
Always the best. Oh, thank you for coming on to say hi, and I'm sure we'll talk later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
That's Zoe from the channel Be Here in Love. And now it's back to you and I, Mark. So I'm going to click on your face. There you are. So Melody made that hat for you.
No, I don't think she did make this hat. It was in her closet, but I don't think she made it. I'm pretty sure.
She just happens to have a closet that has like an elf hat in it.
She likes Christmas decorations. I haven't decorated for Christmas in quite a while, so this is kind of new. In Canada, they celebrate Christmas big time. Lots of lights, lots of everything, and a lot of fun. But I think they're more enthusiastic than the States are at this point.
Interesting.
I know, go figure.
And I remember around Thanksgiving, we were discussing how Canadian Thanksgiving is far earlier than American Thanksgiving.
Yeah, and it's a big deal for them. That's actually bigger for them than Christmas. At least some of them say that. Huh. I don't know why, because it's not like, Canadian Thanksgiving, really?
I know. It's something before I looked into it that I never even knew was a thing.
Yeah.
Shall we talk about flat Earth license plates? That's a bit of an uplifting thing.
Oh, right. Yeah. Let's talk about that real quick.
I've got one to show here.
Your head over for a second. So the backdrop that I have when I'm down in the States is my flat Earth license plate for my car, which it's flat. You can either get 6 or 7 or 8 letters if you're in the States and in Canada. And do you want to let him talk since he's in?
Yeah, well, sure, why not?
Hey,
So
what up? Let me talk. Hey, Merry Christmas, guys.
Merry Christmas.
Mahalski. How are you?
Doing well, actually, man. I'm happy. I'm chilling. I'm happy to be invited over here, man.
Yeah. You know, I wanted to get a link to Vincent from FreeChan, and I have to send him one.
I'll send the link over to him for sure.
Please do.
Definitely.
I had to send the link to so many people, and I was having internet issues, and I don't know if my link to him went through or to half the people I sent it to, but it's just for him and for him only. Cool. I'll ask him about FreeChan a little bit, but I've been going into FreeChan Lite occasionally, and it was your recommendation that I do. And it's such a wonderful, Zoe's there, and lots of people, everyone's there from at one time or another.
Yeah,
really,
if anyone doesn't know, Zoe has one of the sweetest voices.
Oh my gosh, her voice is beautiful.
Just so everyone, should have to know. If everyone get on her, I think she should do Christmas carols.
That would be great.
Flat Earth Christmas carols. What up, Mark? We're gonna go around this Seattle? We'll go running around Seattle for doing Christmas carols. What's up, brother?
Some Flat Earth carols, yeah.
Yeah.
I
think that people need it.
I agree.
Well, I think so too. It seems though that FreeChan is a place that a lot of people don't know about as much as they should, I think.
Yeah.
There's music there, like free form, kindness, happiness, good conversations, deep conversations, fun.
Yep. Well, also too, it's weird because you get all kinds of people coming over there. Some people don't like what we're doing over there, which is really just hanging out, which is kind of a safe spot for flat earthers, but it's not so safe. Like you can't be, we don't tolerate, lack of creativity. You know what I mean? It's kind of like if you're someone who's thinking and someone who has something to say, it's a place to air out ideas. And if they're not in line with logic and reasoning, you're probably going to get called out. But that said, flat earth lines up with logic and reason. So there's a lot of flat earthers over there.
Yeah.
Yep.
And there's just a good vibe over there, you know, especially when there's a couple people are playing guitar and singing and harmonizing.
Oh yeah.
I mean, people say,
Yeah.
oh, it's like a hippie campground hangout. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds pretty fun, you know?
Oh, well, it's more like, you know, like we have more to offer than just arguing about flat Earth. I think we have a whole, you know, you're dealing with some of the most creative people. I think kind of flat Earth is like almost like a barometer for creativity, because really you've got to have a certain ability to not care what other people think to look into flat Earth in the first place. And if you're that type of person, you usually have some more stuff to say too.
Yeah, I agree.
So, you know, it's but it's good, but it's, you know, it's also, I like it because there's highly intelligent people over there. And there's just also highly creative people. So it's like a great mix. Like, you know, people can come in and hang out. And if you got something to say, it's, you're going to get respect. As long as you're not coming in to troll, or you're not coming in to think we're a debate channel or something like that. Because a lot of us are actually just sick of the contention that gets given around to, you know, flat Earth and all the people that are involved in it. So this is like it's like a safe zone, but it's also, hey, it's not too safe. Like, you know, you've got to be savvy if you're coming over there. You can't just be willy-nilly and just like, you know, in there thinking it's a joke. There's some of the smartest people with some of the best ideas that I've heard, like Snack to the Future, Yvette. You know, these are intelligent people. Jimbo. I mean, the list goes on. The musicians, Tone, Turquoise Dragon. You know, we've got it. I really think it's just a great people. I wish more people knew about it. And I can't thank you guys enough for talking about it.
Well, I hope that you send that link to Vincent so he can come in and maybe we can talk briefly about how FreeChan got started, just quickly. You know, I know that Nathan Oakley did a show recently on that, but just another mention of a good channel. I'm always up for mentioning good channels. So. Oh
yeah, and so, you know, almost for the record, it's like I think FreeChan was started by two unsung flat Earth. Well, I don't even know if I could say flat Earth, but two unsung heroes, which is Snack to the Future and Yvette, who you know, have been actually fighting the trolls for the baller, like the ballers have, for so long. Like they're of the same vein as Cathexis, and those you know, people that really have, you know, have been thinking outside of the box forever, and they've been fighting off this negativity about flat Earth while no one was looking. So while no one is looking, they were giving flat Earth the respect and the space that it deserves. And I couldn't think of, you know, like really, it's somewhere where I can't thank all of you guys enough for introducing me to this world. So, you know, and hey, it's like Mark Sargent, man, I love your movies, bro. I mean, like what you two alone have done for flat Earth is amazing. And I, you know, it's an honor to be even to be invited here, man.
Hey, we're all the same and all doing the same thing, just in our own different way. And on FreeChan, that there's a little thing people say, which kind of means sweet or good, and you may hear it or see it written in comments.
Leka.
Leka or Leka.
Yeah, that's right. And actually, that's an ode to we got Vinny Bot. I call Vincent Vinny Bot because he's the Vinny Love Bot. And Leka. Actually, Tone has a song, Leka on the FreeChan. So, you know, Leka means to keep it beautiful. You know, and shout out to Yika. There's a girl, Yika, who is another amazing voice.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Yika is angelic.
Yes, definitely worth your time to go, especially when there's singing going on in FreeChan. Mood is down, and around the holidays, some people's moods are down. And maybe on FreeChan tonight there'll be some kind of a jam going on. So
yeah, you never know over in FreeChan. We tend to keep it original, and we always have a good time, man. So.
All right. Well, send Vincent a link, and thank you, Isa Mahalski, for coming on. I appreciate it. We'll talk.
Hey, thank you so much, Mark. Man, I would love to link up with you, man. God bless you. Merry Christmas,
All right,
you
man.
guys. Yeah, and you know, don't let them take your moon and your stars away, as we say over on FreeChan. And
Thanks,
you know, welcome to the new guest. I'm gonna cut out. I'll pass the link on. Merry Christmas to everybody out there.
Christmas.
Shout out to the chat. And yeah, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Oh, and don't forget, we've been saying from FreeChan, Mount Meru Christmas. Because Merry, we're thinking, you know, maybe the stars are the leaves of the tree of life. So check that out. All right.
Okay.
Merry Christmas, guys.
Bye.
Later, brother. Hey, Robbie, please, brother. Later, guys.
Robbie D joins us from the Celebrate Truth channel, and you look like you're in a winter wonderland. Are you in front of your house or someone's house?
Well, I'm actually down the street. I heard Mark talking about how Canadians like to hype it up pretty big with Christmas. And I'm just down the street from my house here, and as you can see, there's a lot of lights here. So
there's a lot of lights in
pretty.
Canada.
Yeah, we really a lot of houses do a lot of lights, and they really kind of spruce up their houses. So, anyways, I'm just down the street. My house, I don't really do it myself, but there's a lot of people on my street that do. But I really appreciate you inviting me on, and it's great to be here. So.
Yeah, I just wanted to say hi and thank you for all you've done, for the community and the videos that you've, the scientism video that you put out recently, and just in general, your presence in Flat Earth has enriched everybody. And I remember when I was a little girl, we'd go in the car, all pile in together and drive around to certain neighborhoods that had the best lights. And seeing light displays makes me have that nice feeling, of being a child again. And it's one of those things that you have only for a short period of time in your life, and then it's gone. So it's nice to enjoy beauty and love. Or leka.
No, it's good. Normally it's about -20 right now, but we've got a bit of a warm spell, so it's not too bad standing here. But usually it's pretty cold this time of year where I'm from in Canada. But anyways, yeah, it's great to be here on the show, and Merry Christmas to everyone out there. And yeah, stay tuned for the new year. I'm sure all of us here on the panel and also out there have got some great things in store for Flat Earth and just getting the truth out there. It's a privilege bringing it to you and just working with guys such as like Mark and Patricia, and just really appreciate all your support from day one. You guys have been amazing, and we're all working together. Like they said at the beginning of the show, we might have our differences, but the one thing we do agree on is that we don't believe that we're on a spinning ball flying through space. So let's all stick to what we have in common, and let's just really keep fighting the good fight here, and just come together. Because again, like I said, while I'm sure there's a lot of people that would want us fighting, again, that's when we really don't have power. There's all strength in numbers, and that's the important thing. I think going into 2017, we've got to look at what we do have in common. Let's use our resources. Let's be able to work together to really make a big impact in 2017. I'm excited. So Merry Christmas to everyone, and excited. Make sure you go to my channel, Celebrate Truth, and love to, if you wanted to drop a line, or I love getting a lot of emails and being able to talk to each one of you. So thanks again. Blessings to you.
Bye, Robbie.
Amen.
Thank you for coming in. And that is Robbie D of Celebrate Truth. And we're joined now from Wales by Martin Lidke, Flat Earth British. Hey, how's it going?
Happy Christmas. Season's greetings. Salutations.
Hey,
I
man.
see you've got the lights. You've got the Christmas lights up for you and your mom. Very nice.
Yeah, don't go and accuse me of that being pyramidical, anyone. That's just the way they go, okay?
So in Wales, are there special Christmas traditions? I've been to many places, but never Wales.
Yeah, it was pretty much just like the fella then on from the Truth Channel. It's like Griswold's Family Christmas. Everybody lights up. They have entire blocks just light up. To me, it's a waste of electricity, because in the days when I believed in climate change, I thought, oh Christ, look at the carbon footprint on these people. But now I couldn't care two hoots, but actually I do actually. It does bug me a bit.
Yeah, I agree. It bothers me too, but still, it is nice. It is pretty, and it is only for a short time of the year to see something pretty like that. And there's people who decorate who aren't, they just decorate. They may not be Christian. They just decorate. Somebody sent me a photo today of their Hanukkah bush. So, people, yeah, they just want to, I mean, it's probably not the most strict thing that if you're Jewish that you do.
No, I don't have a tree. I think we should have one, to be honest with you, because I don't feel right this year. I haven't got a tree, and it's not looking right. So I think we'll just get a tree.
Yeah. Well, you'll be accused of being pagan if you do. So.
I know, this is the problem. This is the first year I haven't had a tree, because this I've changed a lot of beliefs.
Yes, Flat Earth has changed a lot of beliefs as well for me.
But it's changed a lot in 1 year.
I've had trees in the past, and then a couple years I haven't recently. But I think maybe next year I will. And not for the reasons that would be considered negative if you are looking at it from flat earth eyes, but more because of just the connection to home, your childhood, growing up.
You plant a tree, plant it with intention, you know, say things to the tree before, as you plant it, you know, please grow strong. Because I had like a little stick when I worked. My last job was in a garden centre. I was a plant expert. I've actually got a qualification in horticulture, believe it or not. But I saved this stick, and it was a cherry tree, and it was just a stick. It was undefined. You couldn't even tell if it was alive. I took it back home. I buried it. Well, buried it. I just put it in with a bit of rooting powder. Said a few nice little things to it. Please be strong. It's like a 30-foot high tree covered in blossom now. It's only about 8-year-old. Wow. Yeah, I know. Covered in fruit every year. And it's just, I'm convinced it was the positive intent I gave it. From a stick to a tree.
But that's what we can do with each other. That sounds crazy, but that's what we can do with each other.
We're made of mostly water, and I do believe that this intent, you know, the intention with water. Now, I recently watched Conspiracy Channel, Flat Earth Conspiracy with Lawrence Wright. Now, old Lawrence, he's an old Brit, he's an old mate, I suppose you could say. But he's done an experiment that he was in the first place sort of saying this is rubbish. When he's got 2 jars, and he's done the old experiment with the one jar is empty and it's got actually something in there, and it says, you know, basically, you're disgusting, you disgust me, and he's just left it. And the other one, really nice words like you are love, you are beautiful, and put that jar there. Now he's watched the experiment, and now the one jar with the nice words is completely pristine clean, and the other one with the disgusting words has got this disgusting mold in it. He's convinced this is real. No, I'm convinced it's real with water, because apparently if you put a petal into a pail of water, a bucket of water, and then take 1 drop of the water out of the pail, you will be able to see the reflection or a photographic copy of that petal in every single drop of water in that pail. So water has memory. That just blows my mind to think that.
It's beautiful.
But that's true.
It's a secret. It's one of those secrets that can help us unravel who we are and why we're here, I think. So we all have a piece of the puzzle, I think. All of us do. We're all valuable, and we all need to be told we're loved, we're beautiful, we're wonderful, we're good. Even if we all don't agree with each other's views about the shape of the earth as well. So yeah, so Merry Christmas to Lawrence Wright and Lori. Will say that here right now.
Merry Christmas to Lawrence and Lori, yeah.
Of course, why not? Yeah, and to Eric Dubé, I mentioned his new video about the mushroom. Earlier.
That was funky. I never really thought of it like that, actually, but they do. They always put the fly agaric mushroom under a tree that way. I've never noticed.
Yeah, it's a cool
it's
video.
It's in that sort of fairy realm, isn't it? Like,
yeah, it's worth looking into. So you and your mother, any Welsh traditions, special foods, things that happen for your family? You've got brothers there as well. I mean, sons, excuse me.
That with my family, yeah, I keep out of the way of them, so there's no trouble. So my mother's going up my sister's, and I'm hopefully going to have something I never hardly have, which is going to be so lush. It's a day to myself, which would be really beautiful. So I'll be able to like go online, so actually do what I want to do, which is spend time with my own friends and blast some music out, which is what I like to do.
Yeah, I know earlier we were on Skype and you were suggesting that I listen to some holiday music. So, yeah,
I put Louis Armstrong on earlier, a bit of Frank Sinatra. And I tell you what, I don't really usually get to feel Christmassy, but it got me to feel Christmassy.
Yeah.
Like, really, really Christmassy and seasonal now. This is quite good.
It's a nice feel. It's definitely.
Yeah, it is a nice feeling. I don't often get it. I fight it. I do. I don't want to like it.
Yeah, I know. You don't want to be part of the system, you know.
No, not part of the system. I want to be humbug. No, I don't want to be humbug. I'm fun. Mark, you're not talking to me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just listening.
Mikey Mac. I downloaded all Monty Python, all series, and Holy Grail, and Life of Brian. Nice. I'm going to watch them all now in the holidays.
That sounds cool.
Brilliant. Yeah, all in lush 1080, which I've never really watched any of them in. And I'm reading a really freaky book, Mark, called The Futurological Progress. You'd like this book. It is a glow book, right? Stanislaw Lem, but they turn on the rain machine at 2:00 on a Sunday afternoon.
Really?
Yeah. Really, yeah. It's set in the year 2113, I think. but it's far off in the future. It's quite a trippy book, really interesting.
Cool.
Second time I've read it, but I'm reading everything again in a flat Earth context, and everything means different things now.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've read 1984 twice, and I've read it 3 times when Patricia read it in a space of a year, and each time I seem to hear more and more, and it means more and more. And every single book I've ever read, I'm just going through all the others. Like I get 3/4 through, oh my God, that is utter rubbish and junk, and we'll toss it. How did I ever believe that? And other books just mean so much more to me. Oh wow, now I think I know what they were saying, what I'd missed before.
Yeah.
Because of the flat earth sort of mentality. Strange, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Gotta go through
I'm gonna
everything again.
Brave New World will be the next book that I start tackling when I.
Aldous Huxley. Well, that's going to be really interesting with the old Soma. Well, that's a really sinister book, that is, Patricia. I don't like the way they had civilization. They have really bad subject matter in there, like orgy porgy, which they call like with alarm bells, and everybody rushes off to at a certain time of day, and the alphas and the betas and the gammas. I don't want to give the story away. It's hideous. It's a hideous thing. Hideous book.
Maybe I shouldn't read it, Martin. What do you think?
Well, I was wondering that when you said, I thought, well, Patricia's going to have to cover all them bits, and it's worse bits than all of that. I've got to be honest, they really are some sinister subject matter. If you look into Aldous Huxley, then you will get some idea of what sort of subject matter I'd be hinting at in that book.
All right.
Really. Yeah, so it's a bit sinister.
I'll have a think about that. I'll have a think, because I don't want to be reading anything not too crazy.
No.
All right.
It is. I won't go there. Aldous Huxley took acid on his deathbed. Don't go there.
All right, Martin.
Apparently.
It's been lovely chatting with you, and
It's
we
been
will.
Beautiful chatting. These are the 3 things. God bless to all the flat earthers. 2017. This is the year of the flat earther now, guys. We're going to smash it this year. 100%. Thanks, Matt. God bless.
God bless, man.
Happy Christmas. Happy New Year to you. Have a great time. Have a great holiday, guys.
Right.
God bless.
Bye-bye.
It's Martin Leakey, Flat Earth British. Well, we were talking. Hurry, let's do it. Let's talk about
license plates.
Somebody else shows up.
So again, go figure. I had my plate for 10, 11 months, and then all of a sudden, some guy from Montana decides to get it's flat, because you can do it with. Again, it's a challenge I'm putting out to anyone out there. Try to portray flat earth in 6, 7, or 8 letters. I think the only states that can do 8 letters are California and New York, and that's based on population. So after the Montana guy sent it to me, and then I put it up in the slideshow, all of a sudden, for whatever reason, people started picking up the license plates. But mine was there for 10 months. Nobody seemed to care. Montana does it, and all. Look at this. It's what? So anyway, let me rattle them off real quick. Ontario, Arizona.
Wait, I've got Arizona. Let me put the camera on me, since I'm having to do it manually.
Oh, okay.
Show Arizona on my phone.
Yep. There's Flat Earth Arizona. California does it be flat. And people are also sending me screenshots that they get from the registration office before they actually get the physical plates. Now, some people wait till they get the plates. Saskatchewan, Canada, Delaware, Illinois, Iowa, Nevada, New York. In fact, one person got it's flat, and then one of my regular listeners to Strange World, because he realized he could get 8 letters, he got it is flat. So now it's flat and it is flat is chosen. New York, Texas, of course, where you are. You don't have yours yet, which is Flat Earth, which is FLATRTH. Texas Motorcycle, ITSFLT. Utah, which is a pretty one. That's it's flat. Virginia, 6 letters, ITSFLT, and he got that one with the NASA logo in the corner. I thought that was fun. And then there was one other. Oh, the one I wanted to mention, which I sent you, which was really cool. Did you have that California one?
I was looking for it, and I can't find it in my.
That's okay. Anyone wants to write this down, I'll throw it out there real quick for you. It's FILTAST. And you're going, that doesn't spell anything. Filtast? What is that? It's a horrible last name. So what's Filtast? And I didn't get it. The guy had to tell me what it was, and it's every other letter. So if you take flat So FLAT, every other letter, and then put ITS, every other letter in between them. It's subliminal. So it's is in the middle of flat. And that's the one he's going to do. And he's ex-military. I thought that was really, really great. So people, again, I'm going to do a dedicated video for this in January. Already done one for December. They just keep rolling in. Love it. Be part of the club, but don't think that you have to get it's flat. Be creative. In fact, there was somebody that came on the show last night that said he's going in a completely different direction. He's going to use his 7 letters and say no curve.
Oh, I like it. And then we've got mine. There's let me put the camera on me.
Yeah, you got a guy that's going to do yours, right?
Yeah. Someone's doing that as well. That's my Texas plate. And I pick my plate up tomorrow. Wait, no, not tomorrow. The next day. Right? Yes.
Yeah. And if you see on my slideshow that I do, if you don't see your plate, please send me a screenshot of it and I will absolutely work it into all my show slides. I think it's a great way to spread the word without being too in your face. Oh, and I got to mention the one from Germany where the guy that, because Germany doesn't have personalized license plates, but his county or whatever you call it in Germany, the first 2 letters were FL, so you can pick the next 2 letters. So he made sure it was AT and then what was it, 551, so flat 51, and 51 stands for E and A, the 5th letter and the 1st letter. Anyway,
now no one's going to understand that, but it's still cool that he came up with it.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. Anyway, so yeah, keep them coming. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. One more I've got to mention. And that was some guy went completely on the other side. He didn't want to do a personalized plate. So what he did was he had custom letters built for the back of his Sierra truck. So above the word Sierra, and I'll include the screenshots for this in my notes, he's got FLAT, and on above the GMC, he's got Earth in silver lettering. And these are, big, they look like they're part of the car. So it's fantastic.
Any way you can do it, plus those bumper stickers that you said that people can order for themselves.
Oh, yeah.
Zazzle.
Yeah. And if you can't get the plate, hey, what was it? You can't be an athlete, be an athletic supporter. Get the
and you're not selling those. Those are
no. This is just from Zazzle. I don't sell these. This is just what these guys are doing. There's a lot of Flat Earth merchandise out there.
Well, joining us now, as Isa Mahalski was talking about earlier from FreeChan, it's Vincent P. to say hello. How are you, Vincent? Thanks for coming on.
Hi, thanks for having me. Hi. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
Yes, we can hear you. Do you know Mark? Are you and Mark Sargent acquainted, Vincent, of FreeChan and Mark? Are you acquainted with Mark Sargent at all? Do you know Mark?
Yeah, I know Mark a little, but not personally, but I saw some videos from him.
Yeah, we haven't been in a hangout together, I don't think.
No, never, no. I'm just streaming. I'm always on FreeChan.
Got it.
And yeah, so on this moment, I'm the only one who's streaming FreeChan, so I have to be careful because if somebody jumps in, I have to mute them.
All right.
On the other hand,
I don't want to keep.
All right, so
I don't want to keep you that long. I just wanted to mention that I wanted to sort of shout out FreeChan Light, and how it's just a nice place to be. And you're a part of that. There's a welcoming committee when you show up to FreeChan, and it's just a positive thing. So I'm the FreeChan pusher tonight for some reason, but I just think it's a channel that needs more attention. And Nathan Oakley talked to you the other day on his show, and he felt the same way, of course. So.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah.
Okay, keep it going.
And shout out to you.
I will maybe actually go on the panel one day if you have room for me, or if you want me. I would love to, if that's possible, and just hang out a little bit.
Yeah, there's always room. We are always open 24/7. I try to do that. I'm streaming now with 2 other people. So we have the time difference because I'm in the Netherlands. Sorry for my bad English. I hope you can understand me.
You sound perfect.
A little bit. Well, yes, of course. Anybody can jump in. We have a lot of fun. We have music. We have everybody has something to say. It's really nice. It's a nice place to be. You can share your life. You can share whatever you want, or you cannot share anything. just the fun.
Yeah, it's a good way to. it's a good way to introduce yourself to a flat Earth community too, and then decide what you want to do next. Do I want to be a sole video content provider? Do I want to team up with somebody else? Do I want to be doing music? It's just a kind of good intro to, getting on video, getting on camera, and that sort of thing, or just being in chat. So I wanted to shout you out. Thank you, Vincent, for coming on.
Thank you very much.
And we'll talk.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Vincent.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, you're always welcome. Mark, you're welcome too. If you want to jump over on the end of the show, that would be great.
Yeah, no.
All right.
Oh, look, listen, somebody just jump in. There's a bunch of people.
I can
So
hear
I have to go.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Bye, Vincent. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a nice show. Bye-bye.
Bye. That is
Bye, Mark Sargent. Bye-bye.
Vincent from Free Chan. And now it's back to you and I. So, where were we? I don't know where we were.
We were gonna do various emails, but before we did that, I probably should mention, because it's an interesting story, which was remember when we were talking, I don't know if it was last week, the price of domains, how like you can get a domain on GoDaddy for super cheap. If you want to get patriciasteere.com, you could probably get it for what, $10, something like that, right? And
don't encourage anyone.
No, I'm just saying you can get domain. Everybody knows you can get domains super cheap out there, but you can't go out and get domains for like Pepsi, because it's already taken. But any variations of it is going to be expensive, because Pepsi's a well-known brand, and it's always got a high profile on the internet. So Melody was really curious, and she was looking around domain names. She's picked up a few. And she was looking, she just happened, $20, $10, $6. And then all of a sudden she types in earthisflat.com, and it comes up for something along the lines of, up here it was like 34,000 Canadian, which I think it was like 27 American, $27,000 American. That's a chunk of change for a domain name, right?
Yeah.
And that was 3 weeks ago. What's more interesting is that in those 3 weeks, somebody bought it. Somebody has picked up that domain. Now, I don't know really what to make of that, because I mean, one side, of course, it's still trending amazingly, even though it's beneath the surface when it comes to mainstream media. And that's the reason the price was so high. They think that when you're looking at domain names, you're looking at the future. You're looking at something that's how they base their price. So it's like, well, this thing's obviously hot. We're going to charge an arm and a leg for it, and somebody's going to pay for it. The question is, who bought it? Because it's nobody that we know in the mainstream, the main flat Earth community. So who out there bought it, and for what purpose? For good or for evil?
For evil.
Yeah, I mean, or is it something that or even worse, with the authority, would NASA, would somebody go out and get it?
I was thinking NASA. I was thinking like Neil deGrasse Tyson, any of these people.
Sure, get it to sit on it, maybe domain squat. But fascinating that all, because she goes, hey, this sucker's taken, and I've still got the screenshot from the original, when it was still out there 3 weeks ago, and now it is gone. You go look up it, and she confirmed. She asked them a question, and it sold for $20-something thousand American. So very, very interesting.
Well, we can only hope that whoever has it is not going to do anything bad with it.
Yeah, we'll find out. If you go to earthisflat.com, there's nothing there yet, because it's so recent. I don't know what they're building, or maybe it's being done by, that's a lot of money to spend to try to squash something. And it's only one domain name.
Right.
It doesn't mean it's the only.
It would be for something good then. I hope so. That's the way I'm going to look at it until.
Anyway.
Hey, I want to say happy birthday to Flat Earther Alejandro Rubio. I believe his birthday is today, if I'm not mistaken. And actually tomorrow, the 22nd of December, is Flat Earther Timaeus' birthday. So he also goes by the last Melchizedek. So happy birthday to Chris and to Alejandro Rubio, two Flat Earthers celebrating birthdays. Let's see. There's so many things I planned on doing for the show, and then we've got these weird internet problems back and forth. I guess we could read some emails.
Sure.
You want to start?
You want me
to start? I'll
start.
start.
I got some. I was going to do an email show tomorrow anyway, but I have a few. This one is kind of Christmas related, because people have been saying, "Oh, what should I get for Christmas gift for Flat Earth?" And some people have said, "Oh, but not
domain.
the what?
Domain name.
Yeah, domain name. No, some people have said get night vision binoculars. But it's not really a flat Earth gift. But anyway, this email came in from who did this one come in from? From Jimmy Choo. Great name, Jimmy Choo. And
Jimmy Choo, like the shoe manufacturer?
Well, I'm sure it's not him. I'm sure it's just, in fact, it's Jimmy Choo. I'm not going to give out his email address.
All right.
Anyway, he says, "Hey, Mark, I'm kind of broke. The Night Owl binoculars are about $500. The monoculars, though, are only $200. Do you think this can get the job done?" No.
Oh, I remember. I bought the monocular first, and then you said, no, don't buy that.
Don't buy that. The monocular, you want to use both eyes. I don't care if you've got a strong eye and a weak eye. You need both eyes. You need to get the stereo sort of vision thing going. That's the only way you're going to get any perspective. A monocular, it's way too limited. And yeah, you want a night vision binoculars. Doesn't mean you have to break the freaking bank. I know $500 is still pretty expensive for a pair of binoculars, but it could be a lot worse. That's just a Gen 1 set of binoculars. Gen 2 runs up to like $2,000. Honestly, if you got $2,000 to blow, get a 10X. It's not a Night Owl. I don't know who makes that one. Get a 10X for like $2,000. That's like a Gen 2. So
$2,000 is a lot of money.
Yeah, it is a lot of money for binoculars, but you won't be disappointed. I took Mel out here in Canada, and we looked up the sky, and she didn't understand. I'm going, look, you see up there? There's nothing. All right, take these binoculars, start looking at them. I mean, it's not like They Live, the movie where you put on the sunglasses and everything changes. Where all of a sudden the sky completely changes, but you do see a lot more things that you can't see with the naked eye, and and they're not satellites. I know that much.
Anyway. I've seen something crazy in Houston atop one of these tall buildings at night at the apartment I used to live in before I moved out of the country. Anyway, I was just out there because I lived on the top floor, and to go to this place where you would throw your trash into one of those things that goes down the whole entire length of the building into a trash bin below. I went outside to throw some trash up, late night listening to Flat Earth videos sort of thing that we all do. And I walked out there and I looked up at the moon, and I'm like, whoa, it's just amazingly crazy looking. And I'm thinking, what is the moon? And I thought, what is this weird light I see? And I saw something swirling in a way that was not like an airplane or a helicopter. It was like a dragonfly flies, stopping in midair, doing a swirly pattern. And that was with the naked eye. And I saw this. And then another time I saw it again, and I was talking on the phone to Jaron Campanella. Yeah. And I'm like, oh my God, you won't believe what I'm seeing. And it was in the same rooftop. And I'm like, did they just fly? Is this an area where they fly, whatever they is? And then I got the night owls, the $500 ones. And I saw a whole lot of them that I didn't see before, but I only saw one or two with the naked eye. Yeah. I don't know what they are. They could be us. They could be government secrets or something, or
could be, but I don't believe.
It's a drone. It's a drone. It's no drone.
No, it's no drone. It's no drone. And I don't think the United States government would love to take credit. Power perceived is power achieved, and they'd love to take credit for a lot of that stuff, but they can't, because anyone in the UFO conspiracy world will know that UFO stories go back forever. They go back as long as we go back. If you want to just do the United States, fine. Forget about Roswell. Go to the 1899 Aurora, Texas event. Or if you want to go way back before the United States was even a country, go to the 1561 Nuremberg. Or you want to go even farther. You could just keep working your way back. These things have been around as long as we've been around. And you can't see them because they're using a unified field engine, which means it's perfectly silent, and they don't have to have their running lights on. So when you're saying and with that sort of engine, you can do anything you want. They don't fly like planes or helicopters. It's a cross between the two. You can do anything you want. You can literally move like my finger. You can do this, and you do figure eights in the sky, and that's no problem for a system like that. Anyway,
that's what I saw. I saw things that don't fly like anything I've ever seen except insects, insects, and those weren't insects because they were big, really big.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've seen squadrons cover the entire horizon in less than 30 seconds at amazing altitudes, perfectly silent, And they seem, again, going with the Kenneth Arnold, when Kenneth Arnold up in Washington State, go figure, he was the guy that coined flying saucers when he was in his Cessna, and he was looking down on the tree line, and there was a series, I don't know, 6 or 7 or 8 unidentified crafts that seemed to be linked together. So even though they were flying really close, there was some sort of energy connecting all of them, kind of like a training mission. Kind of like, and I call it driver's ed now, because I've seen that tons of times, and it only happens during a certain time at night. And I'm going, oh yeah, student drivers, because that, drivers.
When I saw what I saw above the apartment complex in Houston, I would see it at a certain time of night in the almost exact same place.
Yeah.
And that's what baffled me, that this is where they drive or fly or whatever.
Oh yeah. Yeah. They'll also they seem to follow highways. They use highways as ground markers. So I call it I had names for different times of the day, like rush hour. Like, people were driving on the highway going to and from home, and they were driving to and from, although they don't seem to take weekends off. They seem to do the same sort of thing 7 days a week. People say, oh no, that's satellites. No, it's not satellites.
I like that voice. All right, I'm going to read an email here.
All right, hang on.
I just got this one today. Hey, this is Brian. A question about Admiral Byrd. I talked to Mark on a show about the subject. My question is, he had written a diary before he died, and he talked about seeing green grass, a lake that wasn't frozen, mammoths, and visiting other beings. I've seen some pictures on YouTube of some of the flyover areas that they were photographing. How much of his diary do you guys believe? And how much of the pictures and video that they took are lost because they reveal too much? What do you think about that?
The Admiral Byrd thing is quite an enigma, because everyone knows the Hollow Earth story where he supposedly flew to the North Pole in 1926, went through an opening, and it turned into one of those, we almost have a term for it in Hollywood, the journey to the center of the Earth scenario, where it was lush and tropical and giants and mammoths and the whole 9 yards. Do I think there could be an opening of the North Pole? Yes. Do I think there's lands beyond Antarctica? Yes, I do. Do I think anyone took pictures? The only thing that even seems to be consistent in that storyline about somebody taking pictures of this was the Charles Lindbergh story, which was, Charles Lindbergh was a rival pilot / explorer back in the same sort of time. And if you believe the story, and it's an interesting one, not very long, where Charles Lindbergh, after he heard about the whole North Poles thing, said, I can totally do that, took his wife up with him and flew around that area. Didn't necessarily fly into the opening, or maybe he did, but supposedly took a whole bunch of pictures. And when he came back, immediately went to the government, because that's what you want to do, and said, hey, this is going to be the greatest thing ever. We ought to tell people. And they said, yeah, you're not telling anybody anything. And he apparently was very, very upset about this. And they took his camera and his pictures and swore him to secrecy. And he said, what are you going to do? I'm an American hero. You can't stop me. And shortly thereafter, what happens? The Lindbergh baby event, where the Lindbergh, his child was stolen and eventually died.
But people say that's a hoax as well. There's a lot.
Well, maybe, or maybe there's more to it than what we know. But after it was done, the whole fiasco, he left. He left the United States and renounced the United States citizenship and went to Europe, and that was it. He never came back. That would be sort of consistent with the fact that, well, the government apparently is going to be my enemy from this point forward. So why would I stay in the States? Anyway, I thought that was kind of interesting. I like the story, aside from, the horrible kidnapping and death thing. But for whatever reason, I do think that Charles, explorers back in the day, not as much now. Now it's more of a billionaires club. We're still rivals, and they would do things along those lines. So.
Very interesting. Yeah. All right. So thanks to Brian for writing that. I've got a couple other emails to read. You want to go? Do you have any?
Yeah, I got one. Okay, cool. This one's from Mike Cooper. And he says, hey, Mark, I love Strange World. That's my show I do on Tuesday nights on TFR, by the way. Shameless plug. Just finished the 83rd episode last night. Hard to believe. A weekly show. Done 83 of those.
Are you trying to beat me on my
I'm never going to catch you, because I can only do it weekly. So but you combine those with the amount of interviews I've done, well, then I got you, I think.
I've been slacking lately because I'm working on my house and all that.
That's all right. No worries.
I'll be catching up after the first of the year.
I love Strange World. Glad you and Patricia got back together and started doing shows. I dig your chemistry. I have a question I've been meaning to ask. Why aren't you guys a couple? Well, the first reason, why aren't we a couple right now? Well, the first obvious reason is that I'm dating a lovely woman from Victoria, Canada. Totally real. Melody Sadawi. Yes, she does have the same initials as me. But she's totally real. She's not from Niagara Falls. And I know people.
She's not CGI.
She's not a CGI girlfriend. She's totally real. No, she's got a YouTube channel. Although it's not Melody Sadawi. It's Melody Time. Tyme.
Yes.
But in the effort of disclosure, Patricia and I'm talking to the audience out there. Patricia and I did meet up last year, and we hung out and talked a lot of flat Earth. And if I may be so bold, I think we figured out that we were a better team in the flat Earth community than we would have been outside of that as a couple. And so but it was still really, really cool. And
people would wonder, well, why didn't you tell everybody? Well, because there's so much drama. We figured it would be just so much drama. They're CIA, they're, oh my God. So we just said, you know what? There'll be a time and place when all that CIA talk's chilled out.
Well, yeah. I mean, and let's face it. I mean, as much as there's a saying, and that is all adults, there's no such thing as adults. There's just bigger kids. And high school conversations tend to come up. It's like, he said, she said, did they, didn't they? I didn't, you and I both didn't really want to deal with that. So it's like, plus.
Well, thanks for bringing it up.
Well, that, and of course, I'm going to throw in the dig. And that is, and of course, the fact that there's protocols. The agency that sponsors her, interagencies aren't supposed to fraternize. It's like, the memos were sent out. There were a couple awkward meetings, and people said, look, you both have operations. You're over here and you're over here and you can't do stuff. So,
oh my God, you don't know how much trouble you're getting us into.
What? We weren't on the same floor of the same building. It was that weird moment, we were sitting having coffee, and it's like, wait, you know, because that name came up, such and such. Yeah, I know. We were at that brief. It turns out we were at a briefing together like 3 years ago.
Yeah. As long as I look like, what was the movie, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and was like firing guns in this fantasy you're creating. Okay.
Actually, that's funny. That's funny you'd mention that, because I actually dated a girl who, I think I mentioned this to you, who was ex-Army, and she was Army for like seven years or so, and we never fought. But there was this running joke that kind of, if anything ever happened, with the first fight we would have had would have been our last. It would have been a Mr. and Mrs. Smith scenario, because we both had guns, and both under the bed, and anyway. So
I am getting a gun, and I remember I've talked about that in a couple of shows with you before, because now I'm a homeowner. Not that I'm going to shoot people or kill people or shoot animals, but just because I'm going to take a safety training course and all of those things. And I live in Texas, and it's legal to do it. And I just think it would be very cool to learn how to target shoot. The noise and smoke, that part's a bit scary, but I'm going to learn how to do it. And that's one of the things I'm going to be doing in the upcoming 2017 year.
I approve. It's, look, you're what, a $1.06 dripping wet, maybe.
Don't put those pictures in people's mind.
Oh no. I mean, you're thin, you're light, and let's face it. What Samuel Colt, equalized all men in that aspect, and I firmly believe that you should be able to defend yourself if needed.
Yes, exactly.
Big believer in that. Anyway, so I hope that answers the question. And again, I've got to be somewhat sensitive, because you know, Melody will eventually listen to this, and so
well, Melody knows.
Yeah, she knows. She knows. She
like
knows
that.
that.
Up now to another email. This one just came in from Colin Sweeney. And this goes back to what we were talking about earlier about the artist and flat earther and vegan chef and dog lover that we were speaking of earlier, who committed suicide.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Guy May. And that, if you're just joining us now, it was at the beginning of the show. And this was a few days ago. Colin Sweeney writes, "Greetings and salutations. It's quite saddening indeed to not only learn of this very talented gentleman's death, and moreover, to consider what this accurately reflects about the current state of the flat earth movement. Perhaps to the degree this artist may have contributed to his own biological demise, he consciously wished to draw and focus our attention on this very subject, as if to harmonize and unite the cause." Wow.
Right.
That's a wonderful way to look at his legacy that way. Definitely.
I've got another Christmas. I got to save these pictures. These are really, really great. Remember I told you about Chris Pontius?
Yes.
The guy that built the flat earth models. And this is from flatearthmodels.com. And he's the only guy I know that's actually building physical, full-blown, domed, enclosed structures with independent sun and moon, rotating lights, and the ring of fire, which is now a line of fire. And anyway, sorry. So he wrote and said that he's excited because he was thinking about building a big model, like a flat Earth footstool. Because Rob Skibo will jump in or Zen Garcia and say that from God's point of view, Earth is just a footstool, and he was thinking, why not a stool that can, like a piece of furniture, that can be used in some way. And so he's thinking of doing it. But he sent me some great stuff. So if anyone's curious and they want to email him directly and see what he's building, feel free to email him at flatinit@gmail.com. You will not get this for Christmas. I promise you that much. But he will be able to get something to you eventually, and you guys can decide. But it's fully illuminated, some great videos. So flatinit@gmail.com.
All right, another email here. This is from Greg T, who writes, "There's this guy named Jarrah White, Jarrah, Jarrah White. He's an Australian moon hoax documentary maker. His Moon Faker series started in 1996. Jarrah, he's smart, scientifically minded, and has made hundreds of YouTube documentaries on busting NASA and Apollo moon missions and that kind of thing. Anyway, Greg writes, the irony is that he busts NASA and that sort of thing, but he believes in space and that kind of such. So Greg is encouraging us to go to Jarrah White's YouTube channel, Jarrah White, and maybe leave some flat earth info in a nice way, not in a bad way. But if you want to go and maybe you can't wake up Jarrah because he fully believes in space and such, but he believes that NASA is faking things. There could be other people who are Jarrah's audience that maybe you might wake up and bring attention to. The fact that our Earth is not the shape that we've been told. And yes, NASA does lie, but we're not doing any space travel. So what else do you have?
I've got tons of emails, but did you want to do anything with chat while we still have time?
Oh my gosh, that's right. I forgot. Yes.
That's all right.
I haven't even
it's your show. Far be it for me to tell you what to do.
No, we do only do a few more minutes. And because of I shouldn't even mention it because for those who are watching, you might not notice, but there's an internet issue and the cameras aren't working correctly. I've been paying more attention to that than I have to chat. So I will go into chat. Can you find an email to read?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Let's see.
It's not like I'm being a stern taskmaster. I'm not.
Flat Earth. Let's see here. Hello, this is from Peter Gibbons. I enjoyed your vids. Glad to know people are maybe waking up. Here's the thing. You're probably into other topics. So in Ghostbusters 2, when we were first introduced to Janusz the creepy dude with Dana at the art gallery, The glass beaker containing cotton swabs that Dana is using. Then the camera lingers over the beaker. What do you see in the beaker? Honestly, I'm not crazy, but then again, I've been a flat earther all my life. Normal folks probably tend to agree. And then, of course, here's the cliffhanger. He doesn't tell me what's in the frickin' beaker. I don't own Ghostbusters 2, so now I've got to look at it. So whoever wrote that, I thank you, but you kind of left me hanging there, man. Do you want me to do another one?
Yeah. I
mean,
I've
got
email,
unlimited
but
emails.
This not pre-reading is you're failing. You're failing.
All right. Whatever. Okay, so here's one. This one's called Flat Earth Music. Hey, Mark, check out the lyrics "Fireflies" by Owl City. We all know this one.
Yes, we already know that one.
I'd like to make myself believe, I'm not going to sing it, that planet Earth turns slowly. It's hard to say. I'd rather stay awake when I'm asleep because everything is never as it seems. What do you think? Thank you, Tom Dyson. Tom? Absolutely and obviously, that is you want more interesting songs. Look at REM. 2 songs from REM.
I like REM a lot. Always have.
Is Stand.
Yeah.
Stand in the place where you work. That whole thing, and then of course, Man on the Moon, which is talking kind of about Andy Kaufman, but that's a brilliant video. Watch Man on the Moon and totally think flat Earth while you're watching this, and think that the lead singer Michael Stipes knows. I think Michael Stipes does know. I do.
Well, Michael Stipe is a very interesting person, and
is it Stipe or Stipes?
Stipe, no S. Okay. I think he would be one you'd imagine would have looked into it as a guess.
Yeah.
So
that's really cool. I'm sorry. Who do you got?
Well, I went to chat, and Okdina Walker was listening to you and I talk about guns a little while ago, and says she just sewed a gun pocket into her winter coat for a 9mm. Yeah.
Nice.
So, and the reason for her in that situation is she was assaulted at one time really, really badly, and it pretty much almost killed her. And it was 30+ years ago by a stalker.
That'll wake you up.
She's never going to, deal with anything like that again. She said without, quote, taking somebody out. So
right on. Good for you.
And I'm not going into this procuring a gun thing lightly at all. It's just
look.
It's not like it's.
It only takes one act of, again, what happened to her. That's what you're hoping to avoid. It only takes one act of domestic violence before you're on board. But you shouldn't have to go through that. This is preventive. And I know liberals out there are thinking, people
Guns
kill
people. Right. It's people. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Let's see. Francis Petrone is here. David Hinkle. Ooh, I think David said he didn't want me to shout him out, but I think he was joking. Hello, Globe Thrusters. There's a YouTube channel that's called Globe Thrusters, and it looks like the same icon as Globe Busters. And at one time I thought in Globe Buster's chat that Globe Thrusters was a troll, and I told him he should leave.
Nice. Is that the porn version of Bob's channel?
No. That's gross.
Sorry. No, there's a porn name for every single piece of media that's out there. So it wouldn't surprise me.
Oh my gosh. I can't imagine what Flat Earth and Other Hot Potatoes porn name would be.
Oof.
Don't even go there.
No, I won't. Oh, hey, while you're still looking real quick, quick apologies to people that were watching my Strange World episode and my interview with Underground Resistance. I am sorry. Look, I'm building videos in 2 different places, and when I built it, I left the music for Rammstein's We Are Living in America at about 10% volume, so you can still hear it in the background. And so the people do not email me to tell me that Rammstein is playing in the background. I know, but I'm not going to pull it down. It's fine. It's only for 3 minutes. You'll live, and it's only once during the entire 2 hours.
Right. Those are the things that happen when you make videos.
It happens. I didn't know.
Let's see. Arwin is here. Hello. And hello, Linda. She says that there's some delay problems on this. Sorry. Seven Raven Wolf is here. And I mentioned let's see, Francis Petrone already. Rachel Snell says, R.I.P. Guy May, too soon to be gone. Very true. Richard Clark is in there. And Dario Jakobovic says, guys, you need to look from and how we are made in ancient geometry. Yeah, indeed, that's kind of true. Morgan Torgan says that we need to get a pistol, caliber carbine. David Quintana is in there. Yeah, did you know this, Mark? David Quintana, the YouTube content provider who spent some time last year, I think it was last year, making some pretty horrendous videos using Clockwork Orange.
Oh yeah, I remember that guy.
Represent you and I being raped and killed. Has had a change of heart and has come back as like a cool guy. And I'm like, all is forgiven, David Quintana.
That's why I don't yell at people. That's why when trolls, I'm starting to get trolls now, which means I think I'm getting more popular. I can't get mad at trolls because it's like, look, you'll come around eventually. I'm not going to yell at you because I've done nothing to you. I still believe that one day Eric and I are going to meet and he's not going to try to roundhouse kick me. I'm hoping that's not what his intention is.
He'll use some kind of Spock throat move on you and just
like some neck pinchy thing.
Yeah, one of those things.
Maybe.
Highly evolved yoga move. Radio Jules or Yules says hello in here. Carly Sunshine says chat is sweet, which is good. Stock Jockey, hey, how's it going? Let's see what else is happening in here. Persian Scribe, hello, Persian Scribe. I'm scrolling. Oh, there's Alejandro Rubio. Happy birthday. I hope you heard me mentioning that it was your birthday, and hopefully. Let's see. FEMA Camp wants me to give him a wrench. I don't really have that many wrenches, actually. I'm
amazed you have a single tool at all.
Well, no. I mean, I do have a whole toolbox, a lovely toolbox with all sorts of real tools in it for
brand new, unscuffed, still in the package.
No, everything's been used, but it's not heavily used, but it's been used, No, but what I meant by a wrench, I'm using chat talk. In chat, you give moderators a wrench in that.
Okay.
And it starts bullying people, harassing people, and then you can tell them, hey, time out for you, or hey, get out of here. So I don't really have, I think I've got 3 people as moderators.
Wrench is an internet term. I got you.
Yeah, I know I shouldn't have used that because there's people who watch this that don't really even get involved in chat. There's people who watch YouTube videos who don't have channels. We forget that. We look at the view count on things and say, well, like there's only X amount of comments and X amount of views. That doesn't make sense. There's tons of people who don't have channels. They watch. I remember I used to watch videos.
Not only that, but if they pipe it through their website, the website will let them watch it, but it won't allow them to comment. So for example, if you go to enclosedworld.com, if you watch one of the Flat Earth clues there, it'll show up as a hit, but you will not, that's it. That's all you have access to is the actual viewing. And I had a guy I interviewed with, and he goes, oh yeah, by the way, this video is probably gonna get about 20,000 hits right away. And I go, really? He goes, yeah, because it's going through my site. And sure enough, I have about 20,000 hits and less than 30 comments. So
that is weird.
Yeah, but that's only because it's being funneled through a different place, and it doesn't have access to the comments. Like YouTube, but I'm sorry, Netflix, or
yes.
When you're watching, like using what is that thing on Apple? When you're using Apple TV.
Yes.
When you're using whatever they call it, Apple TV, you can watch YouTube videos. But to get to the part, and that's watching it, you don't even have power to thumbs up or thumbs down unless you go like 3 or 4 screens in.
Right. And people aren't going to do that. It's just too much of a hassle. We've got NC Spaceman saying, North Carolina tag, it's flat on my car soon. That's
cool. Send me a screenshot and take a picture of it. I want it.
msargent23@comcast.net.
Yeah, send that sucker.
Spaceman.
And again, you don't have to use it's flat. Great if you can, but think of something creative that maybe nobody else has.
Yeah, exactly.
I kind of like no curve.
I like no curve, but then if it's a woman driving it,
then people are going like, what does that mean?
You mean I don't have a nice figure?
Exactly. No curve. You look plenty curvy to me, gal. Yeah.
Mark T, M-A-R-C, spelling Mark T, says hello. Joe Singh says hello. Arwen says the Vulcan neck grip. We were talking about that. Oh my gosh, Martin Leakey says I got shot in the butt. Martin always has the stories that are just like, wow. You know what?
I You want a gun safety horror story, which is why you should take the safety class. I took a 12 shotgun and basically destroyed my underwear drawer because I thought I had cycled. It was an 8-shot, and I'd cycled all the shells out, and I'd done that so many times. I could have. And I said, and then I did the whole Clint Eastwood thing. Did I cycle 7 or 8? I better just pull the trigger and find out. Kabloom! Just the shell went through. I'm sorry, the bullet went through the underwear drawer and just destroyed everything in there. I had to get all new underwear.
Well, you probably needed new underwear.
Yeah. Hey, let me know when you want to do the last email, because I think I got something fun to end on.
All right, good. I just want to say hello to Flat Earth Math in there, George Smith and Andres. Hello, Andres. There's so many I missed because I hadn't gone into chat till much later, so I didn't see all of the stuff in the very beginning of chat. Let's see. Oh, Pete Shea says, I got shot twice in the butt.
How do you get shot in the butt?
The people just might be making stuff up in here. It's quite possible.
Oh, okay. That's called the $1 million wound if you watch Forrest Gump.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he's saying it.
But maybe.
I don't know. All right. Larry Stevens just popped in and said hello. Jose Navas says, I'm 2 of his favorite things, Redhead and Texas. Oh, Ginger Sugarbush is there. Ginger Sugarbush made some cool videos about CGI cats. So as a fellow redhead, and says, go easy with the guns, Mark.
Look, I'm a gun guy. I've always been. It goes along with explosives. Guns and explosives are really hand in hand.
Yeah, and you did those, when you were young, explosives made you a jailbird.
Well, I didn't do time.
Right. I just
but I did get indicted by the government, which wasn't fun. I mean, how many people can say they got indicted during college? Not too many. But my excuse is, look, if you're not getting in trouble in college, you're not trying hard enough.
You're not doing it right.
You're not doing it right.
You were just selling illegal fireworks.
Manufacturing and distributing and. Yeah, I got nailed for conspiracy. So funny.
Ooh,
I know, right? It's meaning there was a whole bunch of people that were working. Anyway, you can listen to the entire thing, Strange World episode 1 called Fireworks.
That's before I ever talked to you. I think it was before I ever emailed you.
Oh yeah.
It was then I listened to that and really enjoyed it. Really
thought, oh yeah, this is a guy I want to spend time with.
That's what I thought.
That's a great idea.
Not. Someday we'll really have fun on YouTube. That's what I thought when I heard about the fight.
Yeah, exactly. No, we'll do a show together.
Yeah, exactly. Thor Forms was saying, it's Thor Forns, Fornes, is saying a little earlier in the chat that he doesn't really think we need guns on Flat Earth. And theoretically, Thor, I completely agree with you.
Yeah. Eventually, golden age. Oh, yeah. Why? If the astronauts couldn't even lie, who in the heck's going to pick up a gun and use it maliciously? Now, that doesn't mean, though, that you shouldn't be able to protect you and your family, yourself and your family, in case something goes wrong. The saying is, I think it's a Native American saying, and by that I mean Casino American saying.
Don't say those sorts of
sorry.
things.
No, the Native American saying.
If you don't apologize now.
All right. I didn't. Look, I'm from Washington.
I will shoot you with Ukdina's gun.
I mean, there's a Native American saying that goes something like, trusting.
Fool me once.
No. Wait, always. No, never. No, it's trust in God, but row away from the rocks. Meaning.
You know what? Exactly.
Yeah. Don't push it.
MG 42 pillbox is in there. Kind of playing around with Larry. Well, by playing around, I mean bantering back and forth. So Ukdina says Casino American, ha ha ha. I hate the whole casino crap. It's exactly the kind of thing.
Hey, look, I'll give them credit. They found the loopholes. The cigarette tax, alcohol tax, casino tax, and fireworks. I wouldn't even have gotten into trouble hadn't the reservations got exemptions to sell fireworks that you can't buy in state. They bypass most of your state laws for fireworks. That's who I sold to. That's where I made the money. That's how I sold directly to them.
Interesting.
I know, right? Again, Strange World, episode 1.
Whitby Island, that's where all the selling was going down, right?
No. Well, the north part of Whitby Island has one reservation. at the very, very top, and that's actually off the island. No, it's the corridor on Interstate 5 that goes down by Seattle. So Tulalip, Puyallup, there's a bunch of reservations down the I-5 corridor.
Got it.
Yeah. And the fishing. They can also fish when other people can't fish.
Interesting. It's beautiful, the whole area. I mean, I was born in Spokane. It's not Seattle, but kind of that's where I originated. So
yeah, I did basketball camps in Spokane.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
It's no Seattle though, but whatever.
It's not. No, Spokane is not Seattle. Not saying that Spokane's horrible. It really depends what you're into.
I'm glad I didn't grow up. Well, no, I shouldn't say I'm glad I didn't grow up there. There's people who are wonderful who grew up there, but from what I know of it now, it doesn't seem that great. But Seattle would have been a fun place to grow up, and I was thinking of living there.
But not if you want sun. Seattle people come up during the summer. Seattle gets 220 overcast days a year. Does it rain all the time? No. Does it threaten to rain all the time? Yes.
Do you remember when I was like thinking, okay, I'm going to move. My lease is up in August of 2016. I'm going to move. I'm going to go somewhere cool. I'm going to go to Colorado. I have friends in Colorado. I'm going to go to Seattle. It's cool people there, a couple flat earthers and yourself. Well, you're not in Seattle, but you live close. Yeah. Where else was I? Going back to Northern California. And ended up, none of those three things happened. I moved to the UK, moved back, and now I'm back in Houston buying a house or bought a house. Weird how life is.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff happens on flat Earth, and it happens fast.
You never know.
Yeah.
Who knows? We this time, a couple months from now, who knows what we might be dealing with. Got to remember, in 1 month from yesterday, we are inaugurating a reality television star as
that's crazy.
President of our fine nation.
Yes. Let's see. MG42 Pillbuck says he needs guns on the current flat Earth. He says, "Trust me." So
eventually, look, there's something to be said if you can keep the guns out of everybody's hands. But then again, the NRA does have points, and that is if you outlaw guns or if you make guns a criminal offense, only criminals have guns. You know, that sort of thing. Kind of. That's a whole nother show for another time.
We've got Jose Nava saying in Arizona you can open carry without a holster.
Oh yeah, Arizona is one of those states that really, you want to talk about a cowboy type. The rules don't apply. Arizona is that state. Yeah.
Brap Allgood is here, who says, "How fortunate for you that I just sat down again." And I don't know what it means. It was probably in response to something else somebody else said. But you know Brap.
Yeah. He was the guy that initially started monitoring my Strange World shows.
Exactly. Cool guy. He's been on my show before. Hey, there's the Scarecrow. Caw caw. He says he needs guns to protect him from dragons. Well, Iron FE says maybe no guns in heaven. Maybe.
Nice.
Brap Allgood cut response and said, "Well, someone told me this show needs more Brap." So, check this out. Stephen Chess, Stranger XX, is in chat and said, "Did you hear Russian Vid say that Trump's daughter is a dude?" Whoa.
Where are we starting with that already?
Well, already I've seen Melania Trump being painted as a man. I don't mean painted as a man.
Have you ever seen, not to digress too much because we got to wrap it up eventually.
But, and you've got an email to read.
I want to read that. But I've never seen a president, in this case, a president-elect that Saturday Night Live is dedicating segments to him before he's even sworn in, where they're treating him like he's already in his second or third year, just doing horribly, and they're just torturing him. He's not even inaugurated yet, and they're just coming at him. And now, granted, most of that's Alec Baldwin, who is leading the charge there, but everyone's falling with him.
Somebody sent me some cat videos today and said that she's so sick of all the political stuff. She just wants to send people cat videos to take their minds off all the going on. And
there you go. Hey, before I read this thing, again, I just caught this. This is kind of a cool little thing I was going to read. I didn't plan on reading this, but I thought it'd be a nice little ending to go into the holidays. Yeah. You caught that video that I found from NASA where they were doing that climate change carbon dioxide
Tell us all about it, because some of us have not seen it.
Oh yeah. Look up. It's the last. It's not the last video I made. It's 3 videos ago now. Even though it was a couple days, where NASA released a CO2 model. It's on NASA's Goddard site. One of their official sites, and they did a carbon dioxide time lapse model of last year. And when they did it, they used a freaking flat Earth model. They used the Gall-Peters map and turned it into an oval and laid it perfectly flat and kind of put it in sort of a container. And that's how they displayed all the CO2 graphics. It's going, why? Why would you not use a globe? This is NASA, for God's sakes. Why would you use a modified Mercator or Gall-Peters map and do this? And you're watching it, and a flat earther knows full well what they're looking at.
Do you think it's some kind of a soft reveal? Something like that?
That'd be a nice guess. Sure. Right. Why not? I mean, they're gonna have to backpedal eventually, but at the same time, I just want to burn down so badly. Anyway, on a happier note.
Yes, our last email, and hopefully this is a happy one.
This one's from John O'Reilly. I'm not going to do it in an Irish accent or anything, even though I'm dying to. But John O'Reilly, no, not going to do it.
No.
Is that what he's thinking? No, not going to do it.
You sound like your name should be Father O'Reilly.
Which reminds me, on a whole nother digression, real quick here, because I got to do it because of the Irish. People, you've heard of the Washington Redskins or the Cleveland Indians or the Atlanta Braves or the Florida Seminoles. These are all teams that they're trying to get some of these names removed because they think it's disparaging to the people that they're originally tied to. And yet I come back and I say, oh yeah, then Gold Star, anyone out there in chat, see if they can do this if you're watching chat. Who is the mascot of Notre Dame? You watching chat?
Oh, I know. I mean, I know it. Want me
what
to
is
say?
It?
The Fighting Irish.
The Fighting Irish.
It looks something like.
It's a little freaking leprechaun with his dukes up, right? Not only is it an Irish man, it's a leprechaun with his dukes up. And you're thinking, okay, what's your point? My point is that you'd think the Irish people would take some offense to that. The Irish people like to fight. Sorry, I've met a lot of Irish people, and they do like to fight. And they like to drink, which is conducive to fighting. So why don't we get rid of the Fighting Irish as that mascot? And it's like, well, because they're actually proud of that. And what was my point? My point is that people are too sensitive about certain things.
Well,
anyway, with that in mind,
it's true.
This is from John O'Reilly. This is the last email we're gonna do.
By the way, a bunch of people, including They Lie Ohio, knew the answer to Fighting Irish. So
there you go.
Stock jockey as well.
Perfect. Thank you for your amazing YouTube video. Thank you so much, man, for your amazing presentation on your Hiding God YouTube clip. And of course, that's Hiding God with the Greatest Lie Ever. Not my channel, but it's got 2 million hits.
Which is cool.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know how much money you get from 2 million hits, but I think it's a little bit of money if he monetized it. So, you're welcome for that. I am so grateful as I have been going through, I didn't get a kickback on that, going through a major faith crisis after leaving Mormonism, and Flat Earth apparently has brought him back into it. He wrote a song called Precious and Priceless. I'm not going to sing it. I'll read it, kind of just the lyrics to it real quick, okay? If you ever had good reason to cast away hope in despair, don't forget your heart still beats in perpetual motion. And if ever you feel inclined to doubt that your soul is of worth, then think to yourself, where did I get such a preposterous notion? You must first believe there are forced that desire to drag you down and cast you away like a rag doll and grind you into the ground. It's then you must ask the question, is it really as true as it sounds? It's then you'll discover your soul is precious and priceless. If you think about all the elements that cause your body to flow, then ask yourself the question, who bothered to make it? You might find yourself in denial, refusing to comprehend, but your perpetual beating heart won't allow you to fake it. Who do you think wants to break you and cause you to fall in the dark? Who do you think wants to own you and smother your final spark? If you fear, just remember that darkness can't exist in the presence of light. It's then you'll discover your soul is precious and priceless. Last verse. And what of the one who believes in you? Can you hopelessly turn a blind eye? Ironically, he cured the lame and infirmed and the blinded. In your deepest depths of despair, would he leave you high and dry? With all that's been said, do you really need to ask such a question? Who do you think wants to hold you and lift you above all your fears? Who do you think wants to drown you in all of his joyous tears? And who do you think wants to raise you to stand upon equal ground and help you discover your soul is precious and priceless? That's it.
It's wonderful.
Oh, it's good.
It's really good. And it's a great way to end our show.
Cool.
Thanks to all in chat. I appreciate it. Chat's just zooming along with also Felix I am in there, VB, Validation Boy as well, and a bunch of other people. Awakened Mind. Arwen says that's heavy duty poetry. And Octina sums it up and says, this is a holiday show of merriment and to acknowledge a flat earther who recently took his life. And pretty much that does sum it up. We need to love each other. We need to care about each other. We need to let each other be different and realize that we're all the same. And we're all the same because we're all living here on this plane. It's not as good poetry as what you just read, but it's how I feel. So thank you for doing the holiday show. And I guess our next show next Wednesday is kind of going to be a New Year's Eve show, although it's not really New Year's Eve.
Yeah, but it'll be the last show of the year.
Yeah, so we'll have it be a New Year's Eve show. Do you have your tops from last year?
Yeah, I do. I'll see if I can dig it up.
See if I can dig up some sequins. So we'll see what we can do. That'll be fun. And we did a ball drop for New Year's Eve. And I think that this year for the ball, we'll just use your microphone.
Nice.
All right,
nice.
Mark.
Right
thank you. Exactly. Tell Melody hello.
I will.
And your mom, Patricia. Weirdly enough, your mom's name is my name. How crazy is that? And we'll talk later, I hope.
And?
Are we going to say keep it flat?
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay. In 3, 2, 1. Keep it flat.
And George Clooney.
No.